This is one of cinema's most romantic songs. You've heard it in iconic movies like Scent of a Woman and Schindler's List. But the moment you pay close attention to the lyrics, everything changes. Because this isn't a love song, it's a personal confession. Behind this beautiful melody lies the story of an obsessed man. So in today's video, I want to show you why this passionate piece is actually a portrait of human weakness. This piece is part of the tango musical genre. Tango didn't begin in elegant ballrooms. It was born at the end of the 19th century in the port neighborhoods of Buenos Aires and Montevideo, among dock workers, sailors, and black communities who had lived under slavery. Its rhythm comes from African traditions like candomblé, mixed with the Argentine milonga, the Cuban habanera, and the music of European immigrants. And this is the result of many musical traditions coming together. In the beginning, tango was considered dangerous and obscene, with raw and violent lyrics. It was danced in brothels and poor neighborhoods, often between men, simply because there were not enough women. Early tango reflected the harsh lives of marginalized immigrants and social outcasts. Afterwards, the tango entered high society, traveling to Paris around 1910, and it later returned to Argentina with a new status, transformed into music of love, loss, and nostalgia. And this is where Carlos Gardel comes in. Carlos Gardel, the composer of this piece, was one of the greatest icons of tango and an eternal symbol of Argentina. He played a crucial role in bringing the genre to the world. The lyrics were written by Alfredo Lepera before Gardel's death in 1935. The title of the music itself already gives us a clue. Por una cabeza is a phrase that comes from horse racing, and it means by a head. You know, that little tiny margin by which either a horse wins or loses. And that is the key to the whole piece. Gardel, he isn't simply singing about romance. No, he's singing about a man trapped between two addictions: the racetrack and the woman. He loses by a head at the track, and he loses by a head every time that he falls for her again. And in the lyrics, he swears that he will stop betting. He swears that he will stop seeing her. Each time he promises himself it's the last time, but each time he relapses. The woman here is not an idealized lover. She lies to him, she disappoints him, but still he runs after her, the same way that he runs after that one big win. The original version of this tango sounds actually pretty melancholic. The tango rhythm pulls him in like a habit that he cannot escape. So let's take a listen to the original version of it. It's not really about romance, it's about obsession, temptation, and self-destruction. The man here is not a romantic hero or a victim of fate. He is just a man who cannot stop himself. But then something very fascinating happens decades later. Hollywood takes over this song, removes almost all of the original context, and turns this into pure romance. And then suddenly, Por una Cabeza becomes the soundtrack of the perfect dance, the perfect kiss, the perfect moment of connection. And it becomes a piece of music immortalized by cinema. And this is why Por una Cabeza remains so powerful. So, beneath its elegance and cinematic beauty, it reminds us how thin the line is between passion and self-destruction, and sometimes just by a head. So now that you know the story, what do you hear now? Is it passion, obsession, or is it both? This is Por una Cabeza, performed in a family setting, me, my brother, and my cousin. Please enjoy.
you.